having now worked out what the general form of a circle equation is, sometimes you'll be given an equation that has actually been expanded and then simplified in such a way that it looks something more like this. And you need to be able to work back to that general form of the equation. Let's put it over here just to remind us.
X minus B, X minus B.
Get back to some general form of the equation so that you can then work out from that what the centre is, what the radius is, and then we're going to jump into domain range too. Okay? How do we convert this into something that looks like this? We have to do a process first though. Completing the square. Do you remember about that stuff?
Definitely.
We did it earlier this year. Hopefully you remember that. Okay, so we're going to say, alright, let's break the two bits up for the moment. We've got some x related terms over here, we've got some y related terms over here, and then at the moment we've got this minus 6 for the moment. Okay. Now, if you remember, we want to get back to something that looks x plus or minus something all squared.
Yes.
When we complete the square, the process is we look at the term in front of, the coefficient in front of the x term, we halve that and square it. Okay? Half of 2 is 1, square is 1. So we add a 1 there. But if we want to keep this left-hand side of the equation, at the moment I'm working this left-hand side, and I'm just going to just spread it out to do some work on it. If we want to keep it equal, I've added 1, what do I have to do then to keep it equal?
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Over there. Okay? That keeps it equal. Let's look over here. Y squared minus 6y. We halve the coefficient of the y term. What's that? Or minus 3 in this case. Yep. And square it.
9.
Positive 9. So we add a 9. What do I do to keep it equal? Take away 9. Okay, so I've added 9, I take away 9 to keep it all equal. Okay? Now I can simplify, factorise these two into bracket form. And I've got some other numbers up here that I'm going to work with in a second. Okay? So what is this? Factorise, so it's x plus 1. And I know what it is, I just halve that coefficient term again. And over here, y minus 3 all squared. Minus 6, minus 1, minus 9, what does that give me?
Minus 16.
Minus 16. Okay. Okay, so I've kind of now, I'm now working on spreading it all out, but what I've done now is I've taken this and I've completed the square, and I've done that by adding some numbers to be able to make a perfect square out of the x's and a perfect square out of the y's, but because I've added numbers, I've also subtracted at the end of the left-hand side to keep it equal. Everyone happy with that?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so now, I'll just now rearrange it a little bit more, and I'll put it all back closer together. And I'll put this minus 16 onto the other side, makes it a positive 16. Alright, is this now a form that looks a bit like this?
Yep.
Fantastic. I can now work out what the centre is. What is the centre? That's not 1, it's minus 1, because the centre already has built into a negative. So if it's a positive in here, it actually means it's a negative number. So the centre is, what are we taking away to get a plus 1? We're taking away minus 1. What are we taking away to get a minus 3? A 3. Okay? So that's our centre. Just note that. When it's a positive there, it means the centre is a negative number. When it's an addition there, the centre is a negative number. What's the radius?
16.
4. Not 16, it's 4, isn't it? Because the radius squared is what's on the end.
Yep.
So what's the square root of 16? 4. And we do say just 4, not plus or minus 4, because we're talking about a distance. And so we have a positive distance.
Okay.
Then, what's the other one? Domain and range. So I might just draw this because I'm now thinking about what our domain and range is. So I'm just going to put on very generally, negative 1, 3 is there. And it's radius of 4.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyway, that's right. So when we talk about domain and range, what are we saying? Domain is all the x values, range is all the y values. What can x be? What is the lowest x can be?
-5.
Why do you say that? That's right, but why do you say that? Just say what it is.
-1.
Yep,
-4.
and the radius is 4. So the furthest can be is 4 this direction. So it's, the centre is -1 and the radius is 4. So the lowest can be is -5. So out here we've got a point that is -5, 3. And what's the highest x can be?
7.
3. Because again it's -1, it's going to be 4 this direction. So out here we've got a point that is 3, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Can x be anything in between those?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how do we write that in our domain and range notation?
X is
notation.
greater than or equal to -5.
So remember this is the ones with the brackets and
Oh, is
the
it?
comments.
I don't know. I do it.
Okay. We did it yesterday a little bit. Square bracket. -5, 3. Square bracket. Why don't we say square bracket? Square bracket because it actually can be -5, but it can actually be 3. Perfect. Well done. Okay. What about range? So it's what's the lowest y can be? -1 down here. -1. What's the highest it can be? 7. So the y value of the centre is 3. So the lowest is going to be is -1. When you go down 4, when you go up 4, it's going to be 7. So just write that one in here. Square bracket, -1. Perfect. Awesome. So just to recap, we've got our equation here. It wasn't in our normal form. And it asked for centre, radius, domain and range. And so to do that, we've got to put it into a normal form. How do we do that? We completed the square. And once we've got the completed square, we can now see that the centre is -1, 3, and the radius is 4, and we can work out domain and range.